I can't turn the engine light out. Now I think it's actually the throttle body that's at fault. Right, good morning everybody. We're still in not very sunny France. It has lashed it down for the last couple of days. The river's really up. But, oh blimey, yeah, a lot of debris down on the river. We'll have a look at that later. But while we've got a little break in the rain, I've decided to nip out to a place that whenever I leave Branton to go home, particularly towards the air, I go past this place called Rochebeaucourt. I don't know. It's on the map. You can see it on the picture. Rochebeaucourt, something like that. Anyway, it's always intrigued me, and I thought we'd go and have a look. But obviously, I'm not just going to bore you with a bit of sightseeing. So, two things actually. So, a little issue with the Meteor. Obviously, not enough of an issue that it's not running, but I've got an engine light on, and I'll have a chat to you about that. Maybe over coffee somewhere en route, because I know there's a little coffee stop en route. And I also want to show you a little bit of kit that I got sent. Now you know me, guys. I don't really do a lot of kit reviews, and if the review I do, it's got to be a piece of kit that I would use, not just for the sake of it. And boy, have I rejected a lot of kit recently. So, but this is useful because I was coming to France. I needed something to probably give the battery a boost, pump tyres up and stuff like that. So it's the Grepro 5-in-1. So it's a great bit of kit, and I'll show you that when we get to the fort. It's not really a fort, but it seems like a fort. It always looks like a military encampment when I get there, but I'll show you that. And they're doing a really good deal on it at the moment. So, but it's a piece of kit that's going to stay in France, and that'll be really, really useful. So that's good. Right, I will see you there. Right, well here we come everybody. We're coming into, let's see if I can get this name right now. Le Rochebeaucourt. Rochebeaucourt. And the sun's come out, look at that, just on cue. So this is it's one of those places, you know, you see and you keep going past, you think, I really must stop there one day and see what the hell that's all about. So now we're going to get the chance. So there's a little town over there. The main body of the town is over there, which we'll have a look at a little bit later. But the bit that I wanted to see is just around this corner. It's just here. I have no idea what this place is. It's just bizarre. Oh, there's a big waterfall over there. Right, I think you can park over there. I won't park in here. Cool. Just look it up. It certainly looks military based, doesn't it? You get around there. Let's go and have a look. go. You just hope the floor don't give way. Oh, look at all the old bits of masonry. See, there's that pulley. That rotated, I would say, or they had a shaft inside there. It goes up right through the building. Wow, look at this. Spooky. What sort of panels and things in there? That's incredible, isn't it? You can't quite see what's behind it. Look at that door. Wow. Come on, I want to show you the staircase. Where the drone lost me, or did he just get scared? What an amazing place. The ceilings. It's sort of amazing. It's going back to nature, isn't it? It's sort of nature slowly reclaiming it. Yeah, I don't know. Look at that staircase. I could do with those stairs though. Look at my house. Place of stairs that are falling down. Beautiful fireplace. Look at that. Do some research on the history of this place. Built to last though, wasn't it? Right, where's that staircase? Look at this. Absolutely stunning. Look at the carvings on the walls. Wow, 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 wow. Talk about it should be preserved. Look at the view. I mean, it's obviously a place of status, isn't it? Because why would you have such beautiful ornate staircases? It's all stone, this is. And again, a big coat of arms there, look at that. Goodness me, it's like a film set. Look at these. I've been driving past this for years. I'm sorry, I never to come in here. Look at it. Fabulous, Karen, I love this. Look at these stairs. Wait, you know me, guys. I like a bit of jeopardy. It comes up to obviously a modern building. Probably shouldn't be up here. Probably. Right, I've got a little bit of detail about this place now. That's great. So, when I walked up onto the roof up there, you can see there's a more modern building up there, which has been it's sort of like on the ramparts, I suppose you call it ramparts. But a very nice chap said, what is it you're doing? And I saw him downstairs actually because he walked past me, and this was, it was a chateau originally, and I presume that he didn't know a huge amount about it, but it was obviously a fortification as well. but the Germans destroyed it during the war and basically ransacked it, and then it was left abandoned. Nobody really wanted to do much with it after that because it served its purpose, I suppose, after the war. And then, funnily, the company that I bought my house from, Leggett, Leggett and Scarpa, the owner of that, Mr. Leggett, bought it, and it's now their sort of training centre for the estate agents from Leggett. So amazing. And half of it was given to the mayor of the town here, as sort of in trust, I suppose. But that little building up there, which you can see that little building up top there, that thing up there, that's little training centre. How lovely! But it's just a beautiful place, and the friezes and the stairs, and God, look at the balustrades, and what a magical place. The chap said you should come here in the summer, it's much better. I think it's fantastic in the winter. It's got so much atmosphere. It just looks, it's sort of creepy, but it's not. It's what an amazing place. I'm so glad I came. Right, so just quickly then, I'm going to show you this Grepro 3-in-1. So it's a GP383. The reason I accepted this as for a look at and review, because having the bike in France, you know, it might sit there for 3 months and not be touched. So I might lose some of the battery on it, and obviously the tyres and stuff. I think the thing to remember with motorbike tyres, you always sort of forget, is that they're so different to car tyres. You've got so little air in there, you've got so little area or volume that, you know, even a small drop makes a difference. So it's just handy to be able to test that. But the guys at Grepro got in touch and said, you know, would I like to try something? And they had a whole list of items. And I said, well, they're car-based. But this one wasn't. So this unit here does 5 things. But the most important ones to me, obviously you get the usual book of goodies. The important thing for me, well, there's several important things really. One was its compact size. Now it's quite heavy because it's a jump starter, don't forget. I've always been very dubious about these jump starting cars. I had a small Halfords unit which was probably half the size of this, and that couldn't start a rice pudding. You know, it was terrible thing that was. I should have taken it back really, because other people swear by them. But this is a bit more substantial than that. So you've got the main unit itself. So when you look at that unit, you've actually got USB 2 out, you've got USB-C as well. So this not only works as a tyre inflator, which I'll show in a sec, it's also a battery booster, jump starter, but you can also use it as a power pack. So with that in mind, what it means is that where I've got a unit like this, similar size to this, just for pumping up the tyres, I can dispense with that unit, and they look very, very similar actually. I could dispense with that unit and have this to take up the job of 3 other things: the tyre inflator, the battery pack, and it's also got a jump starter facility. So I'm losing 3 other things with batteries. So it does make a difference. So I've only got to carry that around rather than 3. But the main use I'm going to have for this is to keep it in France, just to use it on the bike. That I can, without using battery power sources from the mains, I can fill up the tyres if needed, pump the tyres up, and I can also jump start it. So what you get in the kit is quite nice. It's nice here, the sun keeps coming out. So that's your jump lead set, which is, these are pretty standard. This is what you see. I say some of the stuff out of my Halford stuff. So all you got to do, you've got a separate socket there. You can't get this the wrong way around. So that goes in like that. I switch it on, and once it's on, then it's ready to go. I basically just connect that to the battery, and it's already doing its thing. You don't have to do anything else to it. It's all ready to go. So I really like that. It's a nice piece of kit, this. The other thing that you've obviously got is the air pump. So The air pump lead, again, it's very straightforward. What's nice also about this one is that it's sideways. It's not a lengthways one. Do you know when you go to petrol stations and you got your bike and you can't get the damn nozzle on because it's upright? This is sideways, which is really nice. That just screws into the top of there. You can set, you've got a plus and minus, so you can set the PSI, and then once you do it, it's working, and once it comes to that set pressure, it'll switch off, which is a great feature. Now I'm going to put up, they were doing a great pre-Christmas discount on these. I've got no code for this, so I'm not making anything out of this. As you know, I don't often do that. For me, it's just having the piece of kit is payment enough for me. I don't worry about these things too much, but and I'm only taking stuff that, again, like I said, that I will use. But this is a really useful piece of kit. It's also got a torch on the front as well. But I think this is what I'll be carrying around when I'm not in France. This is the sort of kit that I will carry around with me, because it's just, even if it's just for a battery boost, you know, it's pretty cool, really. It doesn't take long to charge up, and it should last about 3 months on full charge on standby, which is really nice. So, yeah, I'll get the name right now. So it's the Grepro. I'll put the link in the description. That takes you directly to this unit. At the moment, it's currently about £42, I think it is. Reduced from about 69, I think. So, and it's on Amazon, but I think, you know, I think I paid about £65-70 for my Alfred's one, and that's a one-trick pony. So, and my battery pack that's got the solar units on, I think I paid about 100 for that. Now that is a great piece of kit, and it's a really good bit of kit. But this, even if you get 2 or 3 charges on your phone, even a couple of charges in emergency, it's just worthwhile, isn't it? It's just worthwhile, and it's got those other features. So that's the Grepro 3-in-1 jump starter air compressor. So there you go. I won't kill you anymore with that one. That's it. So worth looking at. Oh, it's lovely, that sun now, isn't it? I feel like I should go and have a look around the Beaufort again. No, Beaufort again. Get some more pictures. Right. Let's nip up and get a coffee from the patisserie around the corner, and I'll tell you what's wrong with the bike. Right, so I've just come up into the town, and very important. So the one thing, if you think Greggs is cheap, right? So I've got a sort of like an apple turnover, a very nice looking apple turnover, and a coffee was about, well, it's €3. So what's that? £2.50. That's crazy, isn't it? And you know it's going to be the very best coffee, because French don't have to do bad coffee. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So let's talk about the Meteor. So what's happened to the Meteor then? To be fair, I might not have noticed this for a while, because with the Chiggy screen, it blocks out the bottom half of the actual dash, so I can't see the warning lights as such. But we've had the engine light come on, and the engine light's been on for some time, I think. Well, I think it came on about 3 days ago, actually, 3 or 4 days ago. But the funny thing with the engine, the bike's running fine as such. There's no issue with the bike. But the only thing, and I say that, and I'm going to qualify that it's running fine. I mean, I've come here today, it's absolutely fine. But what the issue with it is sometimes, and I've had this before with these J series engines, that sometimes you can just stall the bike, and you'll get the engine warning light come on, or the engine management light. So it can be a bit of a problem. But yeah, I have had that before. Now the issue is, I've tried to turn it off. Well, it's like Piccadilly Circus here now. I've tried to turn it off with the usual fiddling around with the throttle and the key and that, and it's not worked. So, and I do, people might find this themselves. This has got heated grips on it. I don't know if that's affecting how the throttle interaction. I don't know, maybe not. I'm just guessing there. But I can't turn the engine light out. Now, I think it's actually the throttle body that's at fault. I do notice sometimes that when you deaccelerate, the throttle doesn't completely shut off. Do you know what I mean? And all of a sudden it just goes bump, and it cuts off, cuts onto idle properly. So I think maybe it's that. We've got all sorts of going down this little town. So so I think what I'm going to do is take it down to absolute motor. I'm going to try and do that today, and then see if I can get them to plug it in and see if I can turn it off and tell you what the problem is. If it's throttle body, which I think is fairly common, we'll have a look at that. Right, I hope you liked that little sojourn down to this place. It's lovely, isn't it? It's really nice. And now the sun's out, it's even better. So I can ride back with the sun on my back, which is really nice. But yeah, so just interesting about the engine light on. But you know, I'll see if Absolute Moto can plug her in and see what that is. And also, don't forget to look at the Grepro. And so, good bit of kit that. Right, I start her up. This is where I get here, isn't it? And the bike doesn't start now. So we're good. Right, a ride back in the sun. Let's go. Thank you, Rochebeaucourt. Right, thanks everybody. See you in the next episode. Take care.